I work night shifts at a large distribution warehouse just outside Indianapolis. I won't name the company, but you'd recognize the brand. Pretty much everyone has ordered something from us at some point. I started working there a year and a half ago, mostly because I needed the money and the benefits were decent. It's boring work, mostly. Scanning, loading, organizing, repeating. I usually listen to music or podcasts to pass the time. Nothing weird ever happened. Until a few months ago. It started with a shift swap. I usually work Tuesday through Saturday, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. One Monday night, my manager, Carrie, asked if I could come in and cover for someone who called out last minute. Same role, same area of the warehouse, just one day earlier. I didn't mind. The money was good, and I could always use the overtime. But the moment I walked in that night, something felt off. For starters, the place was too quiet. It was usually buzzing by 10. Forklifts humming, people talking, packages moving. That night it was just still. Lights were on, machines were powered, but it felt like a rehearsal for the real thing, not the real thing itself. I clocked in, found my assigned zone, and got to work. Same process as always. Scan the box, match the barcode, place it on the designated conveyor. But after about 15 minutes, I noticed something strange. The boxes I was scanning weren't labeled with real addresses. Instead, they had gibberish printed on them. Literally just nonsense combinations like Unit 18, non-residential. Zone C, clearance protocol. At first, I figured it was internal stock or some sort of special batch, maybe a system update or some inventory purge. But every single box was like that. No customer names, no shipping labels, just black text and barcode strips. Around 11:30, a guy I'd never seen before walked by my station. Now, I've worked night shift long enough to recognize almost everyone on the floor. Turnover's high, but not that high. This guy wasn't wearing the company vest, no name tag, no scanner. Just dark clothes and a badge on a lanyard. Not a name, just a red square. He didn't say anything to me, just walked slowly past, glanced at my table, then kept going. After that, I got this weird feeling I was being watched. Not paranoia exactly, just that sense you get when someone's staring at you from across the room. I looked up a few times but didn't see anyone, except the security camera above my station was turned. Normally it points diagonally down at the loading zone, but now it was tilted directly at me. I thought maybe I was imagining all this. Working nights messes with your head, but then something else happened. At around 2:40 a.m., all the conveyors stopped at once. No warning, no loud beep. Just silence, as if someone had hit a master pause button. The whole warehouse froze. A few people, the few I could see, looked around confused. Then the lights flickered, not off, just dimmer, like a brownout. And then came the announcement. A voice crackled through the intercom, but it wasn't the usual female voice we hear for breaks and clock-out reminders. This one was slow, male, and completely unfamiliar. It just said, "All remaining personnel, please proceed to Zone Delta." Nobody moved. I looked around at the others. Some were clearly just as confused as I was, but a few, maybe 4 or 5, immediately started walking toward the far end of the warehouse, where Zone D is. They didn't speak or look at anyone else, just walked in sync as if they knew exactly what they were doing. I was about to ask someone what was going on when one of the guys I kind of know, Mark, leaned in and whispered, "Just keep working. Don't follow. Don't ask." I blinked at him. "What the hell is Zone Delta?" He shook his head, almost like he wasn't allowed to answer. "It's not on our map. Just keep your head down." And just like that, the conveyors turned back on. The lights returned to full brightness. Everything continued like nothing had happened. When my shift ended, I checked the official warehouse map we keep by the lockers. Zone A through D were listed. No Delta, just Zone D outbound sort. That entire next day, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong with that shift. I called Carrie to ask about it, but she acted like nothing weird had happened. "Just a normal Monday," she said. "Thanks for covering." I told her about the announcement, the camera shift, the unlabeled boxes. She paused for a moment, then laughed nervously. "There's no intercom messages on Mondays." I was in the control office all night. I would have heard it. "Maybe you were just tired." But I wasn't tired. I know what I heard. And the worst part? When I came in Tuesday for my regular shift, the camera was back to its normal angle. The guy with the red badge? Gone. And the scanners now refused to read the barcodes from the night before. I tested one I'd kept in my locker. Don't ask why, I just needed proof. And the machine beeped like it was invalid. Item not recognized. That would have been the end of it, just a weird, creepy night, but last week it happened again. Another shift request. Another Monday. This time, I said no. Next morning, I got a call from HR, very polite, very vague. "We're just reviewing attendance patterns, making sure everyone's contributing fairly." Nothing aggressive, but I got the message. They want me back on Mondays. I don't know what's going on in that warehouse after hours. I don't know what Zone Delta is, or why some employees seem to know exactly what to do when it's mentioned. But I'm scared to find out, because something tells me it's not about the packages. It's about us. And someone is watching how we react when the rules suddenly change.